The job for today is to replace this headlight housing. This one had a little argument with a garage, and we have a little damage here. It's not too bad, but the biggest thing is that this headlight housing is broken, and obviously you can get water in there, so that's got to be replaced. I'll try to see what I can do about some of this paint and so forth at another time. So that's what we'll focus on. Now, I did go ahead and get a replacement housing from eBay, off of eBay, and it looks like a pretty good, actually looks like a pretty good light. So here you can see the replacement housing. I was a little concerned I was going to get one that was pretty, fogged up and deteriorated, just from age and sunlight and so forth. You see, this one's in pretty good shape. The car's always been in the garage, so it doesn't get a lot of damage from UV light. This one also looks good. I had to make sure I got one that had the right headlight type. This is a bi-xenon. It looks like this one matches up nicely. They even included the clips that hold the unit in place. They're both here. Not that I needed those. I have those. I was also looking at with the harness. They just kind of clipped it off. You could obviously see they were dealing with a salvage vehicle. So they included both sides of this as well. So I'll take that apart, and I'm pretty sure they warned me that this one headlight's probably no good. So I'm going to swap my bulbs from the existing unit into this one as we make the change. I'll show you how this clip works here. This red piece has these two ends. I just push those in, and you see that pulls this out, which I believe releases this connector. Yep, so see, that's how that comes apart. Only fits one way, so no big deal there. So now I'm going to remove this housing. And what I had to do is originally, this had a clip in here like this that would hold this in place. After the accident, this was out of whack. The only way I could kind of get it lined up was and hold it in place. I just put a zip tie on here, so I'll get that zip tie off. I think I put up maybe a couple zip ties on it, actually, when I think about it. And then we also pull this out. And yeah, now it's loose. So I can really just pull it out, and now I'm going to find this has a similar connector down here. So here's the connector down here, and what I've done is I used this to pry up that red piece as far as I can, and then once you do that, you can pull that off, and you can see how this red piece actually lines up those pins, and once it's in there, it actually pushes it in. Very slick. Now we can get this out of the way. So this is the replacement lamp, and I'll use this to just kind of experiment a little bit on pulling out the lamps from this one. So as I remember it, this is the bi-xenon part of it, so there's a clip here that holds this in place. Just kind of move that out of the way, and then this whole mechanism comes out. Now I'm pretty confident what you don't want to do is touch the bulb, right? But this, if I remember correctly, this you can unscrew this. It will loosen up, and then you can pop out the bulb like that. See? So that's the old bulb. So I'm going to set this aside so I don't get confused by it. Well, here's a tip. When you put the bi-xenon in there, you notice there's a square notch here at the top of this. That needs to be at the top here, so that this obviously at the bottom, the notches at the top, and that's important to getting it seated in here. So now let me try it again. Now they figured that out. Okay, now that'll go in. Once that's in there, now you can put the clips on. Now we're in place. That's seated, that's seated. Now we're on there, okay. That was a little challenging. Now we will put this new housing in place. Have to start by clipping the connector on. Remember this piece? So this is on the top. Not that it can go on wrong, but it goes on as you're pushing. You slide that red thing down and it pulls it in. So those are not in. Should just slide in position. There's a pin over here that you can see it go into. Now it's in. Now these locking pins go this way. Tab to the front. It goes down. This one back here. Now we're in. Alright. So in theory, let's see what happens now. Alright, we're running. I do have a headlight. Can you turn the turn signals? Go through the turn signals. Okay, I got a turn signal. How about the brights? Do the brights. Turn them off. Do it again. Again. Alright. Oh, there they are. What's that? That's what? 0? Oh, alright. Okay, so they work. So the only thing that's not working is this light right here. Okay. Alright, so this is the marker light that is not working. So I'm pulling this out of the old unit. And what I did is, it's just a simple, I just turned it to the left and it popped out. So I just turn it to the right and it's in there. I guess it's in there again. So to get it out, you just turn it to the left like that and it'll come out. And then all we need to do is, I assume we can just get this bulb out of here. It's just a push fit like that. So that's the old housing. So now we got to pull this housing out enough to replace that bulb, which we're getting pretty good at by now. Just pull this out. Turn it over. Oh, and this one's different. Oh, it's not nice. It's probably the same mechanism. Yep, just turn it. See, it's black on this one. Just pulls out. Put this one in. Back in. Turn it to the right. Lock it in. Put the unit back in place. Sorry, not showing any of that. Anyways, we got the bulb in place. It's not rocket science, right? There we go. With that, let's turn it on. We should see a marker light. Light. Oh, it's not on. Replace that one too. Didn't notice that. I'm back from the AutoZone because clearly every light bulb I had was broken. So let's try this one. Lights, we're working. We got it. We're done. Finito.